Hi, this is How to Get Your Shit Together with me, Sue Wright. In my last podcast, I was talking about control and influence, and I realised that I hadn't actually gone into that much detail about it before, I don't think. If I have, I apologise. Just switch off now. But in life, we've got to look at things in sort of with three distinct questions in mind. Can I control it? Can I influence it? Do I have no control over it? Okay, so with regards to most things, I would say there is very, very little you can control. So me sitting recording these podcasts now, I have everything set up as best I can. I can control the words, well, I can just about control the words that are coming out of my mouth by having a vague resemblance of a script. But I can control, control that little bit. But in reality, who knows what's going to happen? I've set everything up to be the best I can do with regards to the audio, etc. But I really can't control what goes on without these four walls. At the minute, I can hear tractors thundering up and down outside. I have no control over that. I can't go out and say, right, everybody stop. Wind stop blowing, birds stop singing, horses stop stomping about. I can't control it. I can influence it. I can influence the situation by, making sure I've done the best I can to, keep everything as quiet as possible around me. But I have no control. And in fact, there's probably very, very little in life you can control. I'm sitting here now. Who knows what might happen in the next 10 seconds? It's completely out with my hands. Anything could happen. Please don't let it be anything horrible. Anybody with a cheque that wants to bang on the door in the next 10 seconds, perfect. But, one can only dream. But anyway, back to the control and influence. So I have influenced the quality of the recording by making everything as good as I can. I have no control over external factors like birds singing, tractors going up and down, that sort of thing. So when you're faced with a situation and you're trying to control it, you're trying to make everything perfect, remember that there is very, very little you can control. You can do your very best to influence a situation, positively, hopefully, but there is very little to do you can control, and that is particularly pertinent to other people and to any living, breathing creature. You can influence their behaviour, but you have no control over it. I have 2 sleeping dogs in the background. I have influenced them being quiet by just taking them for a walk before recording, but I can't control what they do. If one of them wants to get up and have a drink, then you might hear the patter of tiny paws, but hey, So it's remembering that you've got very little control over anything, and trying to control somebody else is just hiding to nothing. If you try and be over controlling in what they do and what they think and what they say, you're just going to create resentment, and that resentment will come and bite you on the bum one day. You can't control what somebody else thinks. You absolutely can't. I mean, I can't control what you think listening to this. I can influence you by trying not to waffle and having something that resembles a script sitting here. But, I can't control what you do. I look at my statistics and it's like, well, I must be doing something, right? Because they're going up every week. But I have no control over that at all. I can at very best influence a situation by doing the very best I can. So remember that when you're working on something or you're, working with people, that, you can't really do more than just do your best. You can influence the situation. And there are some things that you've got no control over. The weather, for example, you've got absolutely zero control over that. So, if you're stressing yourself about doing something outside and the forecast is dreadful, why stress? You can't control the weather. You can influence whatever it was you were going to work on by maybe rescheduling or trying to figure out how to do it inside if you can. Obviously, if you're talking about mowing the grass, then that's not going to happen, is it? But like I say, you think about what you can control. Probably very, very little. yourself within the sort of 5 seconds that you're thinking about it. You can influence a situation. You can do the best you can. You can be coercive, nicely, please, no being horrid. You know, you can try and put everything in place for it to go swimmingly, but in reality, you've probably got very little control over anything. You know, try and just have in mind that you can influence a situation, but you certainly can't control it. So don't give yourself heartache for trying. Yeah, don't try and control anything because you cannot do it. Just try and do the best you can and influence the situation. And the rest, my dears, is in the hands of the gods. All right. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. Oh, by the way, my last podcast, I was berating the annoying mortgage people, and he must have heard me because an email landed in my inbox. Hurrah. So anyway, I hope you're well. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.